I'm sorry, everybody. You know, these electrical things. So anyway, he saved, again, until he was 48. He saved a total of $61,300, okay? And go ahead, hit it again so I can see. And so his total was $131,221. Now the first person saved $25,200. The second one saved $61,200, and they came out with almost the identical amount of money. And so that's what I'm talking about when I say compounded interest, because it keeps compounding on itself. Now, you know who knows this really well is the banks, right? The banks love this. This is their thing, because the longer you owe you owe on your car, or the longer you owe on your property, then the more compounded interest they're going to have. Okay? So just know how powerful that is, and then I'm going to show you another strategy that they know, the wealthy know about, with regard to. Go ahead and do that next one. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. So when you are saving your money, you want to make sure that you have 4 things. Right? 4 things. You have to make sure you have growth. Now, where do people put their money today? In the bank. How much growth do we have there? Nothing. 0.25. Who can afford that? You're not going to retire on that, right? That's not going to get you to your 1.7 million, right? No. Yeah. So you've got to make sure that whatever you put it in, it has enough growth. Then the other thing is tax advantage. If you're making money and you're paying tax on everything you make, how are you ever going to be able to save? You know, somebody came up to me the other day and they said, you know, we're like slaves. We really are. We're like slaves. We go to work, we pay, then we pay them and they do nothing, and then we go to work again. So yeah, we're old. That's how it is, especially if you're an employee. That's the most difficult. But no matter what, you got Uncle Sam as your partner. So the other thing is safety. People say, oh, I'll just put my money under the mattress. How safe is that? Fire, right? Theft. Anything can happen. And is it going to grow there? No. Is there any tax advantage there? No. So make sure that you have growth, tax advantage, safety, and protection. All right? Because protection is the fastest way. You drive around with no car insurance, guess what? If you hit somebody, they're going to become your new best friend. Right? Your new best friend. So this is one other thing I want to share with you is the rule of 72. How many of you know about the rule of 72? Cool. Anybody want to stand up here and talk about it? Come on up. Tell us, Peter, how this works.
Okay, it's very simple. By the way, one little remark, it was not Einstein who invented it. It was the mathematician of Leonardo da Vinci. Anyway, rule 72 is you divide 72 by the interest rate. And that gives you the number of years it takes to double what you have. And it works in both ways with credit cards, and if you get the interest rate. You know, let's assume you have 10%. In 7.2 years, it will double. But if you owe money and it's 10%, in 10 years, you owe twice as much. Okay, that's the rule of 72.
Good job, Peter. Thank you. David?
One more important thing is compounding periods.
Yes, you're right.
The credit card compounds daily, your
Yes.
savings compounds annually.
Excellent, please. So what David said was, and I just didn't get there yet, I appreciate that, David, is some things compound daily, some things compound monthly, and some things compound annually. So if you have a credit card at 22%, how's daily going to look to you?
Ugly.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say to you here, we talked about the bank and it's only 20.25. If you have $10,000 and you're 29, then at 4% it's going to double every 18 years. So by the time you're 65, it's only going to be 40,000. Not enough to retire on, right? Okay, so at 8%, the same 10,000 at 29 years old, and at 65, it's 160,000. Still not enough, right? One more time, Marianne. And then at 12%, you.
Yeah.
Oh, now you. Okay.
Hit the back arrow.
Anyway, at 12%, you've got 640,000 in the same by the time you're 65. So you just want to make sure that two things. One is that if you have money in the bank, you got to have enough, or wherever you're putting your money, you got to make sure you have enough interest. And if you are paying on a credit card, you need to find the lowest amount of interest that you possibly can. Scott.
How much should I be saving monthly so I can have my 1.7 mil?
Well, we'll have to talk about that another time. But thank you for asking that question. So go ahead. And to sum all this up, as I said, the 7 secrets of how the wealthy build wealth and keep it. Manifest your dreams and your goals. This lady right here taught me everything I know about that. If you ever want to talk to her about it, Marianne will help you out. I don't know any more than she does, that's for sure. And ask for what you want. Number 3, build a solid financial foundation. Number 4, know your personal financial situation. That's the one that we did with Scott. 1.7 million. Number 5, save early, not late. So anybody you know that's young, get them to start saving. And make sure that you tell them about the rule of 72 so they know where to save. And focus on your goals and believe you'll receive them even if you don't see results yet. Questions, anybody? No question. Yeah,
Can I make a comment?
of course you can. You want the mic?
Yeah. A very important issue, I think. As you know, we have tremendous debt in the government. We pay $4 billion every day just to cover the interest. 10,000 people a day are retiring. So you know what's going to happen to the taxes. If you have 401k or IRA, convert it to a Roth before the taxes go through the roof. Because you save now, when you retire, your money has grown a lot, you're going to pay a hell of a lot of taxes when you retire. That's not what you want to do.
Thank you, Peter.
You're
I love all this audience participation. It's wonderful. Anybody else have a comment or a question? Well, I just want to thank all of you for listening to me today and letting me stand up here in front of you. I hope you learned something that you can take away with you. If anything, you'll know how much you need to retire on, that's for sure. So somebody come and rescue me.